everybody, Mandy the Handmade Homeschooler here, and today we're going to take a look at The Green Ember by S.D. Smith. You guys have been asking me to read and review this book, so I went ahead and picked it up, and wow, this was a very fast-paced book. Now, first, The Green Ember is the first book in a trilogy, and there's also a prequel and a novella, so there's all kinds of content around this whole little world. The Green Ember is about a rabbit, brother and sister, and really about the whole family, but it centers on these two rabbits. And I want to say that in relation to human age years, I want to say we're looking at preteen to early teenage years. Now, although I want to use the term coming of age coming out of my mouth versus anybody else's might mean something totally different, but they are learning to navigate the world, and they're learning how to grow up very quickly because of a tragedy. Now, that is my biggest concern with this book. If you have sensitive readers, if you've had a death in the family, especially a death close in the family, this might not be the book for you right now. The brother and sister are running from an enemy in the kingdom. This whole world is involved with kingdoms. Think like knights and kings and queens. And they are running from an enemy of the kingdom who is hunting them down and capture their family. And their mother, their father, and their baby brother is presumed dead throughout the majority of this book. So if you have sensitive readers, if you have sensitive children, if you've gone through a death in the family, you might want to hold off on this one for just a little bit. Other than that, there's no cursing, there's no blaspheming, there's the violent content in it. Okay. They were very, very clever with the violent content, which as a mother and a homeschool mom, I really appreciate. So as far as the violent content in here, yes, we're talking about knights and we're talking about sword fighting and we're talking about real battle, but at the same time, it's done in such a way to where it's not gory. So I can read this to my youngest reader and he's not going to flinch, okay? He will get the gist of what happened without batting an eye. So while there is content, it's still safe. So, and if you want to use this as a read aloud to just look at some of the sections, go ahead and do that, and then that way you can skip over certain sentences if you want to. But honestly, I wouldn't skip over anything in here myself, and that's just me personally. Now, as far as that goes, there are lots of stories in here. It's all about this king named King Jupiter and how they are trying to resurrect their community and their way of life after his fall. And it's all about finding the heir to King Jupiter. And in this book, it is very fast-paced. The middle drags just a little bit, but you get a lot of backstory and you understand a lot about these characters during that little bit of downtime. There is a lot of action, and this book starts out with a bang. So there is no boring introductions here. It turns straight into around chapter 2, very fast-paced things. So even for the most reluctant reader, this is still going to be a good read aloud for you. Now, with that, we see a lot of courage and we see a lot of sacrifice as well, which are good character traits, especially when we're talking about boy characters, because we see a lot of heroines lately, but I've had a really hard time trying to find some real boy heroes who showed courage and sacrifice, and in this book I was very happy to see both. So this is a book that I would suggest for both boy and girl readers. I'm going to be reading this one to both of my boys, and I have a feeling my 9-year-old is going to love this book, and I will probably be buying the others. And that brings me to my second comment. I have not read the other 2 books in this series. So I have just read this one, and I wanted to get this review out because you guys have been asking for it. So that is my review. 2 thumbs up, very clean, very well done. I really, really liked how tastefully done this action-packed book was done. So, well done, SD Smith. I will probably be grabbing both of the other 2 books in this series. So if you guys want to find this book, I'm going to leave the link down below in the description, and you guys can get this one for yourselves. If there are any books that you know of that you have not read and you're dying to read to your kids, but you're just a little bit reluctant, let me know down below as well, and I will do my best to get that on my TBR list, and I will put that in my next pile. So if you guys haven't already, go ahead and make sure that you like and subscribe to all of my videos so you guys can get all of the great book reviews I'm going to be doing. Build your book list, guys. Build them up early in the school year. Trust me, from an experienced mom. You don't want to be halfway through your year and out of books. All right, guys. So I will see you guys next time, and I hope that you guys have a wonderful week. See you later.